Okay, let's talk about something we've all felt. That moment of pure frustration when your online payment fails, for seemingly no reason at all. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely in the right place. We're going to dive into a solution most people have never even heard of, the linkable card. I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? You're staring at the screen, you've got something important to pay for, and bam, that dreaded payment declined message pops up. So, why? Why does this keep happening? You know for a fact the money is there. You've checked the card number, the expiration date, the CVC, like a dozen times. It just feels totally random, right? Makes zero sense. So what's really going on behind the curtain? All right, let's play detective for a minute. We're going to solve what I call the payment declined mystery, because it turns out there's a super clear reason for all this chaos, and I'm betting it's not what you think. And here's the part that's just maddening, the inconsistency of it all. You use your card for a small one-off purchase, and it works perfectly, no problem. But then you try to add that exact same card to, say, a subscription or an ad account, and nope, rejected. What gives? Okay, here it is, the big reveal. The problem isn't actually about your ability to pay. Not at all. The real problem is about your card's ability to connect, and more importantly, to stay connected. Think of it like this. A one-time payment is just a quick handshake. The website asks, hey, can you cover this right now? And your card says, yep. But linking a card, that's more like a long-term relationship. The platform is asking, can I trust you to be here for future charges? Can I rely on you? It's a totally different question. Yeah, from the platform side of things, trust is everything. When you save a card, they're constantly sending out these little verification checks. Think of them like tiny little pings, just to make sure the card is still good to go. If your card can't handle those pings, the platform basically says, nope, this one's not reliable, and refuses to save it. So if the problem is a bad connection, what's the solution? Well, it's time to introduce the hero of our story, the linkable card. So what on earth is a linkable card? Simply put, it's a virtual card that was built for one specific purpose, to be securely saved on online platforms. It's engineered from the ground up to be a trusted, reusable payment method that online systems actually like and see as stable. Here's the easiest way to remember it. It's the card that doesn't just ghost you after one successful payment. It's designed to stick around, ready for the next charge, no drama involved. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What's the actual difference between a card that works and one that keeps failing? Let's put them head-to-head and find out. You know, a huge mistake people make is thinking all virtual cards are the same. They are absolutely not. Most are built for quick, one-and-done purchases. They're meant to be disposable for security. So when they fail to link for the long term, well, that's not a bug, it's a feature. They were never designed for that. And this chart just lays it all out, crystal clear. A linkable card? Yep, you can add it to platforms. Does it handle recurring charges? For sure. Does it pass all those annoying verification checks? You bet. Now, the non-linkable card, that's where all our headaches come from. It gets rejected, it fails eventually, and you're constantly having to replace it. Ugh. So here's the bottom line. All that time you spent blaming Facebook or Google or thinking you typed in the wrong number, it wasn't your fault. And it probably wasn't their fault either. The real culprit, all along, was just the type of card you were using. Okay, so now we know the problem and we know the solution. So let's talk about the good part. What it feels like to have payments that just work, quietly, reliably, in the background, exactly like they're supposed to. Look, this is way more than just a minor convenience. If you're running ad campaigns on Facebook or Google, or you depend on a bunch of software subscriptions to run your business, reliability is everything. One failed payment can literally shut down your whole operation. Which, of course, brings us to the most obvious question, right? If the normal virtual cards aren't built for this, where do you actually get a card that is? Well, this is a problem that specialized companies are now tackling head-on. Take a service like CardUpNow, for example. They focus on one thing and one thing only, issuing virtual cards that are specifically engineered for that stable, long-term connection. Their whole reason for being is to stop these failures before they even happen. Really, it's all about getting that predictability back. It's about peace of mind, knowing your essential services are just going to keep running, no interruptions. So if this sounds like the answer you've been searching for, you can just visit CardUpNow.com to see how it all works and get yourself started. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Just imagine for a second all the time and mental energy you'd get back. What could you really accomplish if payment failures were officially a thing of the past?